What is up, everybody? Welcome back to RC's Gateway to Comics. We're going to be doing something a teensy bit different than what you would regularly expect from this channel. This is going to be a little bit of a story time episode. Now, I'm sure that whenever you interact with writers, there are some times whenever they'll talk about their past experiences with fiction writing courses and their learning experiences whenever it comes to um, their past before they actually wrote books. And safe to say, I certainly have some of those stories myself. And some of them were good, some of them were super sucky bad. And this is going to be the good one. So, whenever I was back in school, I was homeschooled. So, pretty much from all the way to the beginning, all the way up until college. And one of the things that always stuck out to me was my creativity. Me and my brother would always take art classes every week, and whenever we did some like more advanced writing courses, we looked into doing fiction writing. And those were always my favorite subjects because I could create stuff, I would be able to put stories in my head on paper, and I would be able to actually formulate something that could be read and could be enjoyed, and I would be able to get the stories from my head onto paper. So one year we decided to take a writing course that would show us how to write long form fiction stories. And throughout the year, there would be various different exercises of sort of shorter stuff that could still be construed as a story, and we would get revisions on that. We'd be told what what stuff stuck out to the instructor, like spelling, grammar, that sort of um, important stuff, but stuff that's like might be a bit menial to like a high schooler. Now, whenever it comes to my story writing expertise at the time, I, I I do have to commend anyone who would have been reading my stuff back in the day, because while the stories were decent, the writing was, oh god, it was so wooden. And I'm going to get into that as the story progresses, but whenever it came to the final project for that year or that semester or whatever, it was to create a longer story than we had for the previous assignments, and it had to be a continuously flowing story, and it had to incorporate certain grammatical elements to improve our writing styles and to further show that we were able to write a fiction story. And since I since I'm one who likes action adventure stories, and at the time either World War Z the book had just come out, or it was starting to get talked about more in my social group. So I decided to do an action adventure zombie apocalypse story as my fiction story. I still have this fiction story, and I have it right here. And this story was pretty much about like a group of people who are in New York, and they're trying to get out of New York to get away from the zombies. And they're trying to get to a location that has an experimental helicopter so they can fly to Alaska or something like that. Because for some reason this made sense to me. But something that I've realized whenever it comes to creating stories, and this is even from this story, I tend to take characters that would come from a very bad background, pirate crew, and turn them into the protagonists. And that was no different with my first full story, because I had my main character being a criminal. And it's like the zombie apocalypse turned him good because he needs to survive with all the other survivors. And oh dear God, I can't believe I'm going to be doing this, but I'm going to read to you guys the very minuscule first chapter of this story. You're not going to get anything else from this story because I hate it. But I'm going to give you an inkling of where my writing skills were at this point. Initiate cringe factor. Oh my. Alright, so Chapter 1, Present Time. The year is 2015, a year that is absolutely devastating for the world. My name is Spitz, and this is a year of horror. It is a zombie takeover. Zombies are essentially dead bodies that have the disease Pregatus. Pregatus keeps the brain alive, even though the rest of the body is dead. As a result, zombies do not eat, sleep, or breathe. In New York City, where I live, the zombies have dismantled all bridges and sunk every boat, thereby trapping hundreds of people. A group of people, with the help of Colonel Joseph Kennedy, an army man who has access to military secrets, has discovered a military testing facility. The facility is home to an experimental helicopter, the F-500. The tiny group consists of a daring policeman named Marcus Johnson, a pretty young mechanic named Ann Pierce, an experienced ninja named Mo Bicho. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh, God. The Colonel, and me, a reformed criminal. We're hoping to escape from zombie-infested New York. And that's Chapter 1. My God. You know, I had a hell of a time writing this. And by that I mean I had a blast writing this. But looking back on this, you could see I could not read that chapter without maximum levels of cringe. And thank God I moved on from that. I don't have any zombie ideas thought up right now, thank God. But thank goodness I moved on from that, and I learned how to better myself in my fiction writing career, because if I stayed like that, I wouldn't want anyone reading that. I know I'm not the only one that has those little, like, embarrassing stories hidden in their little file cabinets somewhere. So, if you guys feel the need to share anything from your past whenever it comes to your story writing, feel free to leave those down in the comments section below, because I'm genuinely curious. I shared my secrets with you guys. It's about time you shared some with me. Come on. If you enjoyed this little story time video, please leave a like down below and subscribe to the channel. If, and I hope to God that you do, want to check out my actual good books, my pirate stories, the Red Sky series, then you can go and check those out on Amazon and Kindle. It is a story about a pirate crew sailing the seas to gain as much notoriety as possible, all while trying to evade the English Navy and fight against magical monsters. All while that is happening, the pirate captain is trying to gain the heart of the daughter of a commodore. So you can see how that would be a problem. Thank you guys all for watching, and I will see all of you in the next video. Peace out.